everyone, this is Treibitz, and today we're going to show you a little bit of our grand opening celebration here at our new store in Santa Ana. Grand opening of our store in Santa Ana, and we finally got everything done in the store, and it's amazing. It's really a shrine to Hollywood and to the legacy of Hollywood piano in Hollywood. And if you come into the store, you'll see many of the famous pianos that we provided over the years and giant posters all around the store. Also, Hollywood Piano provided the pianos for the original movie Casablanca in 1942. There were 2 pianos used in the movie, and there was a third one that was on standby to be used in the movie in case there was a problem with one of the other ones. Well, since 1942, that piano has been in our inventory, and we recently had it spruced up, and it was unveiled for the first time last night to the attended VIP guests of our big celebration. And that piano is now here in our Santa Ana store with the backdrop of Rick's Americano Cafe and a cutout of Humphrey Bogart. Last night we had Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman impersonators, and you can come into the store and take pictures with the Casablanca piano. If this was the one that was actually used in the movie, it would be worth $1.2 million. That's what it got sold for at Sotheby's. But you can come and pose with the replica along with a cutout of Humphrey Bogart here in our Santa Ana store. So when you look through the store, you're going to see all the beautiful pianos, and we have some of the most prestigious brands in the world like Steingraber, Grotran, Petroff. We have brand new and used pianos from Baldwin, Steinway, Yamaha, Kawai. So come in and take a look at everything we have. We have probably the best selection in the entire Southern California area. And Hollywood Piano is unique among all piano sellers, because while there are many good sellers of pianos and we admire many of them, only Hollywood Piano has been selected by our industry trade association, the National Association of Music Merchants, 7 times as top 100 in the world. Now, there are 10,000 members of the National Association of Music Merchants, and we have been selected top 100. And to put that in perspective, there is no piano company currently operating in California that has received even 1 win of the top 100. And when I'm talking about top 100 winners, that's people of all categories: guitar sellers, drum sellers, large music chains, and around 10 piano sellers on that top 100 list around the world. We are one of those, and we have won it 7 times, and that's based on reputation, quality, merchandise, etc. So come and see us. We have all the brands and the guaranteed lowest price. Our low price guarantee says if you find the same item for less within 1 year, we'll give you 133% of the difference. This is the strongest price guarantee in the industry. We look forward to seeing you. Come in and visit us here at our brand new store in Santa Ana.
On behalf of the Santa Ana Chamber of Commerce, welcome to the City of Santa Ana and Main Place Mall. And you are officially, once we shake hands, a member of the Santa Ana Chamber of Commerce. All right, he's going to become official in a minute, but we need a little energy. We're going to need a countdown from 5, and once we get to 1, he's going to cut that ribbon. So can I get some help? All right, let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cut!
I'm here with Leonard and Kitik, and Leonard is actually the manager of the Pasadena branch. Wonderful to have you guys both here.
Thank you so much.
How does it feel knowing that, you know, the store is expanding and having this new location here?
It feels great to see piano still exist. Piano players and piano lovers are more encouraged. Actually, pandemic was a big encouragement to this. You know, people stayed home and start thinking, hey, what should I do?
Yeah.
Oh, let's play piano.
Yeah.
So that's why piano business actually grew. Despite what other people think piano died, actually it's much better now.
Yeah, people had a chance to be creative again. They had that time to dedicate and enjoy. What do you think is about music that's so important to pass on to the next generations?
Music is a big part of our brain, which for some people is just unrecognized yet.
Mm-hmm.
They have it, they don't know they have it. So you don't know until you try.
Right.
So you have to get some musical instrument. Doesn't matter it's a piano or a guitar or a flute or whatever. Give it a try. It's gonna expand your mind. It's gonna change your vision to the world. You see things differently, different color, musically. It's an art. It gets involved in your daily life. I mean, it's endless what I can say about it.
Right, and because it really helps stimulate your mind in so many different ways, and it helps you understand and see the world differently. But on top of that, how did you feel about tonight's event? Were there any surprises tonight that really kind of took you away?
Well, I haven't been in this location. It's a new location, and it's phenomenon. It's beautiful, it's luxury. Ultimate piano brands are there, and I wish them the most of the success. Yeah.
What about the piano from Casablanca? Did you have a chance to see that when they unveiled that little one?
Well, I've seen that before, yes. Yeah.
Is that a certain type of piano?
No, it's just a little piano that, you know, it's been in the Casablanca movie, and it's a historical item more than a piano.
Is there an art form to pianos, like different kinds and different brands? Is there a different sound that comes from, you know, ones that are shaped differently?
Pianos are exactly like humans. There is not two alike, ever.
Really?
Never been, never will.
That's really interesting that you say
Every piano is different touch and different sound because it's an acoustic instrument. So piano must be played and picked, not by brand. Yeah.
So when you come shop for a piano, what are the things that you look for?
You go by your heart only. You feel it, you touch it, you play it. If it's good for you, that's your piano.
Wonderful, good to know. Great advice. Thank you so much, Leonard. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Frank Helring live out here with Shine On Hollywood Magazine at the grand opening of Hollywood Piano. I've got Glenn, the owner here. Glenn, this is absolutely fabulous evening, and now you're in Santa Ana, Orange County, right?
Yeah, we're very excited to be in Orange County. We still have our locations in Burbank and in Pasadena, and now we're thrilled to bring what we do to Orange County.
You know, Los Angeles is a whole different animal than Orange County, right?
Yes, it
What
is.
brought you to this neck of the woods?
Well, there's a lot of interest in the arts here, and we have some spectacular pianos that no one else has, like the Steingraber from Germany, the Grotrian Steinweg, Petrov from the Czech Republic. These are unique pianos no one else has. And we have all the other stuff, new and used Steinway and Yamaha and Kawai and Baldwin and all of those kind of things, plus all these special items.
You know, something I learned from one of your employees before you and I are together here, they said that you actually took this space during the pandemic and weren't able to open. Boy, I'll tell you what, talk about tenacity,
well,
right?
Here's what happened. I signed the lease before the pandemic. The pandemic happened and we couldn't open. And I tried to get out of the lease. The mall wouldn't let me out of the lease. And but initially we were in a different space, and then they gave us this space, and I said, well, this is too good to pass up.
My
and
goodness.
As you can see, it's a great space, and we've brought it to the next level.
You know, Glenn, there's not too many family-owned, closely held corporations anymore in America, right?
Yeah.
What keeps you there, you know?
Innovation. we're constantly pushing the envelope. We're not resting on our laurels. We're always doing something new.
Yep. You know, I asked Charles a question. He's been in business for a long, long time, supplying some pianos to you, right? Said he had about 60 employees over in Germany. I asked him, what's the tenure of your employees in Germany? He said he'd had guys with him since 1974.
Wow.
Does that ring true with you?
It does. Our people don't leave. And one of my folks has been with us like 25 years. And all the others are longtime employees.
Which means when you come to Hollywood Piano, not only do you have a great piano, you got experience behind this, right?
Oh yeah, the best team in the industry. And look, in our industry, we have an industry, National Association of Music Merchants, NAM. Every year they select the top 100 out of 10,000 NAM members. We have been selected 7 times out of the 9 times the award has been given, and no other piano company in California who sells only pianos has gotten it even one time.
My goodness, that's absolutely amazing. And you know what's really amazing to me is you're selling pianos.
Right.
Just pianos, right? Amazing.
That's
you do
right.
it better than anybody else. Glenn, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Who just performed a couple of minutes ago. You were so beautiful. It really touched my heart. And you just mentioned to me while we were off camera that you've been playing since you were 7 years old.
Well, I was playing when I was 3, but that was by ear. And I started lessons when I was 5, and I won a scholarship to USC when I was 10. Wow. And I've been performing since I was 7. I gave my first professional concert.
You gave your first professional concert at the age of 7?
Yes. Yes, we have star children now, and I was just a little before their time.
Do you remember when you were 7 and you had that first performance?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Absolutely. I accompanied a violinist half the program, and I soloed the other half.
What is it about music that is just so special to you?
It takes you into other realms. It's something for the soul. Yeah. If I'm angry, I play Bach because there's no room for anger in Bach. It's so focused. If I feel romantic, I may play Debussy or something glorious of Chopin, a nocturne or something. Yeah. If I'm sort of depressed and not all there, I'll play Beethoven, because of all the angry people in the world, Beethoven was probably the angriest. You know, he was such a great man, and he was always thwarted in love, and he went deaf by the time he was in his early 20s. And to hear all the music in his head, can you imagine doing the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th symphony, and he never heard a note except in his head? Yeah. He used to write the music for a score, and all the other composers would write out a melody line, and then they'd fill it in. He wrote measure by measure by measure, with the violins, the violas, the cello, the bass, the flutes, the oboes, everything.
Just incredible.
Measure by measure, he heard it all. Yeah. I mean, that kind of genius is just...
It really is incredible.
You know, it is.
Yeah. Would you say that the piano is therapeutic for you?
It's therapeutic for everyone. Yeah. When I played a program not long ago, I love working in the retirement homes because they don't get much good music. Yeah. And some of them have been around a lot of years, and they've heard really amazing performers. And there was a lady that came up to me afterwards, and I don't mean to be maudlin here, but it was such an incredible experience for me. She kept saying, "I want to thank you, I want to thank you." And I said, "Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it." She said, "You don't understand. My husband died last week, and tomorrow was going to be my last day on earth. And now I've realized there's still something that I can enjoy and love. Yeah. And because of you, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my years."
Oh, wow. To hear that, you know.
And it was the music. I was blessed because I hear it in my head. Yeah. And I hear what I think the composer wanted. Yeah.
And how great it is now that there is this location here in Santa Ana that people can come and enjoy and appreciate and pass that on to the next generations.
Absolutely. And Glenn is one of the best men I've ever met in my life. He does what he says he'll do. He keeps his promises, and his staff is so great. And I love all of them. They're really, really excellent, and they really know their business. I know pianos from the emotion of it, but they know everything about the felt and the hammers and where they were made. And I mean, they go into this great thing, and I'm thinking, oh, isn't that fascinating? But they know it, and they're so careful to make sure that everybody's matched with the piano that they want.
Right.
And I also love it because if you buy a piano for $2,000 and want to upgrade, as long as the next piano is $4,000, you get the $2,000 back as a down payment on your new piano.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a great deal.
Yeah, and the first year for a rental, everything except the cartage and the taxes, of course, goes towards any piano that you want to buy.
Yeah.
And you know, he just keeps his word, and I like that. And he was a musician. He's very, very incredible composer in his own right, and I've been working with him for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's fun seeing him grow from small beginnings when he started to what he is now. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Well, we wish him all the success, and it was wonderful to hear you play.
Thank you so
Have a
much.
great rest of your night. It was wonderful getting to know you and chatting with
I'm
you.
so glad to have met you.
Me too. Have a great night.
I will.
Thank you.
Mario with me here this evening. Mario, I was just told by Glenn, the owner of Hollywood Piano, that you and he go back 30 years in relationship. Tell us about that.
Well, I used to have a piano store called Piano Galleria, and this was back in the 80s. And this, I've been a concert artist all my life and a professor and everything. I decided to open a piano store besides having a conservatoire in the back, you know, with many students. And one day this young man came into the store and said, Mario, I heard a lot about you. I'm looking for a piano store that is already running, and I would like to buy it. And I love your store. I would like to buy it. Will you sell it? At that time in my life, I was sick and tired of selling pianos.
Okay, that's a good moment.
So he got me right there. I said, well, let me think about that. So we actually developed a good relationship with Glenn, the owner of Hollywood Piano nowadays.
And you sold it to him?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I retired, I went back into playing, but he will call me time to time to help him out, so I will go and help him out with promotions and this and that. But little by little, he drove me back. He blames me for being in this business, and I blame him for keeping me on that, okay? So, no, but we are best friends, and at this moment, he put me in charge of the American Piano Institute, which is the institutional side of Hollywood Piano, to deal with institutions, colleges, special events, concerts, master classes.
So you're on the educational side of this as well?
Yes, that's correct. I have many students, some of them very talented, and I keep the work from that side, and I help him in anything I can. I have a long experience in piano promotion also, so we keep being. I'm part of Hollywood Piano as a contractor.
So you're actually taking an educational platform out into colleges, universities, different things like this to educate people on the value of piano?
Yeah, unfortunately at this moment, colleges, universities, concert halls, piano competitions are kind of in a recess because of the pandemic.
Right.
Okay? But I'm still helping Glenn in everything that is promotional. He likes to do special promotions here and there.
Right.
And that's pretty much my task. I have my office in his Pasadena location. And I don't go there all the time, but I'm mostly in the field. But,
well, I'll tell you,
that's
Mario,
my
one of the
role.
heartthrobs of the CEO of Shine On Hollywood Magazine is helping and boosting and elevating, nonprofits and whatnot.
Right,
So I really think it might be a great idea maybe to get you together and maybe see if there could be a collaborative type of a movement between what you're doing and what Shine On's reach is. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. I'll be very open to something like that.
Absolutely.
Of course. Yes.
Last but not least, okay?
Yes.
How did you enjoy this fabulous grand opening?
This is a fantastic opening. I wish people who's looking at this interviews could have a look at what the store is and enjoy the incredible party that we had presented to many teachers, many people associated with the piano industry. So we have a lot of very prominent people in the piano industry tonight.
I'll tell you what, let's do this.
What?
Look into the camera
Yes.
and give me your best pitch on why a young person needs to learn that instrument inside.
Well, let's put it this way. Learning to play the piano develops incredible other side properties in the mind. You have to know how to work left and right with the piano. You do something different with your left hand than with the right hand. Develop especially the emotional aspect of a human being. Develops the intellectual aspect. It develops three parts of the brain in one: the intellectual, the emotional, and moving part, what we call the automatic system that help us to walk, to play fast. At one point, we don't even think what we are doing. The automatic system just play for us while we are expressing ourselves. So for the young child and for the young man to have a music education and a piano education specifically, because it works in so many levels, is absolutely important to grow as a whole human being. And that's not me saying it. You know, psychologists and biologists and doctors are saying the same. As a professor, you know, I was helping many students that had certain problems with coordination, that they were dyslexic, and they sent them to me in order to try to help that problem.
What
and
about
actually
autistic kids, Mario? What about autistic kids?
also works. It's a little more difficult. Some autistic kids have a tremendous talent that is hidden. We think that they can't do it. No, they are bright. You have to work that very carefully.
You know, Mario, you're an absolute joy to listen to, because it ain't just about that instrument in there, right? It's about what that instrument means in somebody's life.
It's true. I think the piano, I would say the guitar is the most popular instrument because anybody can buy a guitar. But if somebody, to buy a piano, everybody would love to have a piano.
It's a lot easier to move.
Yeah.
Mario, it's been great. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. You bet. You take care.
I am here with Allegra, who performed for us just a few minutes ago. You did such a beautiful job.
Oh, thank you.
Has music always been a part of your life?
Always been a huge part of my life. I grew up with music in my house. My dad was an opera singer. Both of my parents sang for the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, and I grew up playing the piano, violin, singing, dancing, that kind of thing. So fine arts had a huge effect in my family.
Yeah. The music that you played tonight, what was the inspiration behind it?
Actually, that is entitled Sonata by Chip Davis, who was the lead for Mannheim Steamroller, which is an actual personal favorite. I played that at my first husband's funeral. So that has a special place in my heart. So every time I play it, I just flood back of positive feelings, actually.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. What is it like just having this piano store here in Santa Ana?
It's wonderful. I love it. Glenn is fabulous. His people are wonderful. And it's nice to see such a wonderful store and the vibe of music being carried forth, especially now when kids are on their computers and devices. It's just nice to see music being carried through in the next generation.
Yeah, absolutely, because music is really so important. You know, I grew up with it being part of my life too. But to have the piano from Casablanca here, how cool was that?
It was really awesome to see. It was tinier than I thought, though.
Right?
This tiny, I thought I'd probably break it if I got
Yeah, when I saw it, I'm like, what in the? But they said it's a certain type of piano.
Yes, I didn't even know, and
Yeah.
it just looked like half of a keyboard. Like we have
Right.
88 keys, it looked like 44. It was so cute. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, and it was actually really bright and colorful. I don't remember it being that way in the film.
I don't think it was either. It might. I mean, I need to go back and watch Casablanca again. I haven't.
Because it's black and white.
I didn't. Maybe it was that color, and we just don't know.
Yeah, and we just don't know that it was that color in the film.
It was a little before my time, but I'll watch it.
No, same. And to have a Humphrey Bogart here too, I'm like, what a
And
treat.
Ingrid Bergman, we're so lucky, aren't we?
Yeah.
I love it, Nona.
Yeah, no, that's the thing with like the classics is, you know, the music will take you back to a certain time and even a period that was even before our time.
Absolutely, it's timeless.
Right.
And we actually can pay homage to that. So, hats off.
Yeah.
Was that-
Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you.
I've got an incredible man to my right here called Charles. Traveled all the way from Germany, right, Charles?
Yes, I did.
And you are a representative of one of the biggest pianos that is being represented here tonight, right?
It's a small company, but we try to make very good pianos, and actually we do. So we are very happy with that.
Let me ask you a question. How long have you had the relationship with Hollywood?
Well, Hollywood piano, I don't know, 20 years or something? I couldn't tell, but very long.
That speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. In Germany, right, you
Yeah.
told me that you got a company that moved in 1974.
We moved in 1974 in the place we are today, yes.
Right, and you have how many employees?
60?
60, right?
Yeah.
And you told me that a lot of those employees are still with you since 1974.
Not a lot, a few, because some are retired.
Okay.
But yes, a few are still here, yeah.
All right, how long does it take you to build one of those incredible masterpieces in there?
So piano, you need a year to build a piano from A to Z? No?
1
Approximately?
year.
1 year.
So
yeah.
this is not a production model.
No. No. that's it.
Absolutely amazing, okay?
Yeah. Mhm.
Now, in your line of pianos, do you have everything from like grand pianos all the way down to, you know, smaller pianos, say for like homes and things like that?
We have 4 models of upright pianos and 5 models of grand pianos.
Okay, very good. Charles, let me ask you a question. How many grand openings have you gone to with Hollywood Piano?
It's my first.
It's your first?
Yeah.
Well, great. It's our first too out here tonight, okay?
Okay.
Charles, I know you got to get to bed because you got to get on an airplane right to go to San Francisco.
Yes.
Thank you so much for spending the time with us.
Thank you.
You have a pleasant evening.
Yeah. And take care.
You got it. Take care. Thank you, Charles.
Bye.
I am with two very familiar faces tonight. This is the one and only Humphrey Bogart and
Ilsa. Actually, I am Ingrid Bergman.
what a pleasure and honor it is to have you both.
We're very happy to be here. It's been a long time. It's good to see everybody again, and I'll tell you one thing, it's great to be breathing.
Well, it's great to have you guys here. Are you enjoying the evening?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's been fantastic. Ilsa?
Oh yes, it's been fabulous. You know, the piano in there is a vintage piano, and we were so thrilled to be invited to be posing with the piano.
You know, I have to say, when I saw it in person, I was kind of blown away by just how small and tiny it was.
Yes.
Isn't that incredible, just the magic of TV?
Well, they call them a Tom Thumb piano. That's why they're very small like that. They had 3 for the movie, and they had this one on standby in case you needed it. Wasn't in the actual film, but they had it on standby, and they've had it in stores since 1942. Yeah, so it's a really special piano. They've restored it beautifully, and we're very excited to be here.
Yeah, well, it's wonderful to have you both. How important was music in that film and just the role of the piano?
It was everything because, well, I sang in it, you remember. I said, play it, Sam, play as time goes by. And then I sang, da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da.
And it was lovely. And to have that piano here and to have you both really took us all back in time. What an incredible treat it was. What else do you have planned for the rest of the night?
The rest of the night, probably head back to Rick's Cafe American, have a couple drinks or 2. And I've, you know, getting back together with Elsa again has been quite an experience for me, so we have a lot of catching up to do.
I'm sure you both do. Well, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you for having us here.
It's our pleasure, Nona. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
surprised to see Humphrey Bogart's piano from Casablanca? Were you surprised to see that?
Yes, yes. Wow.
Wasn't it like so much smaller than you would imagine it in the film?
I know, yeah, but it was pretty. I like it.
Beautiful, right. It was such
It was a unique experience, yes.
Well, why is it so tiny? That's what I have to ask.
That's what I was going to say. Wasn't it so tiny?
It's like a child's piano. It might be a replica of some sort.
Yeah, they were saying that it was like that for a reason because it's a certain kind of piano, and they had 3 of them in the film, and this is one of 3 that survived.
Worth like over $1 million or some crazy thing like that.
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And remember, there's no life without music, and there's no music without life.